Is your magic meter running low? Well, we've got a cure for you. Welcome to Disney Coast to Coast.
Hey folks, and welcome to Disney Coast to Coast, the ultimate unofficial Disney fan podcast. I'm Jeff DePaoli.
And I'm PatrickzFilms.
A lot of head bobbing today, huh?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Head bobbing.
Well, folks, on a couple episodes ago, we actually said we were talking about our little genie lamp behind Patrick's shoulder here, and you go ahead and grab it, because we said if you want to ask the genie a question, you could write in and ask the genie a question, and guess what? A couple of people actually did. So this is for Chelsea Collins, the first question. Will the Aladdin show return after we storm the new Frozen show? That is the question, and the genie's answer is...
Check later.
Check later. All right, fair enough.
We'll check later. 3 episodes from now.
Yeah, we'll check later. And also Maria, Rebecca, Isabel, and I, not I, but this person who referred to themselves as I, ask, will my friends and I be visiting a Disney resort next summer? Oh, I hope this one turns out well. What does the genie say?
It is certain.
Woo!
I'm like, you guys can read that, right?
Hey, Maria, Rebecca, Isabel, and I, you're going to Disney. Woohoo!
On your own expense.
Yes, you didn't win a trip through us or anything, but the genie says it's going to happen.
So you're welcome.
I believe it. So in any case, thanks for writing in, guys. If you have a question for the genie, feel free to email disneycoasttocoast@gmail.com, and we'll ask them for you. Or just go on eBay and buy yourself one of those things from the 1990s. Of course, we like to have fun on this show, and I personally don't like to talk about serious things, but every once in a while you have to, because some terrible things happen. And at this point, I'm sure everybody's heard about the terrible things that have happened in Paris, which are inexplainable to me. It's crazy, but... Of course, it's much bigger than Disney, but it also affects Disney. If you haven't heard, Disneyland Paris is closed for several days.
I think it's up to 5.
I think they said
4.
I think the 17th is when it was going to come back. So they've been closed because of the tragic events. Obviously, we hope that everybody in Paris is safe, not just the people at the Disneyland Resort. But they did some kind of nice things, I guess you might say. They lit up the castle, the blue, white, and red French flag colors, which was really cool. And even at Epcot, at Walt Disney World, they did the same to the Eiffel Tower. So, some things are just crazy, and I don't know. I don't understand the world sometimes. But I'm convinced that once we figure out how to get world peace, the entire planet's going to implode. So... That's my theory.
Okay.
But in any case, moving on from that, I do want to mention before we get to our topics, something about My Side to Pie. Move it, shake and dance and play it, because this is, when I was at Walt Disney World, of course I watched My Side to Pie. Mm-hmm. And have you seen it before, after it became My Side to Pie?
Briefly. There's like Spanish stuff, right?
Possibly? You were thinking of SoCal, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Some music played during My Side to Pie, Move It, Shake It, Dance and Play It, that surprised me. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, don't they... Isn't there like a voting system?
Yeah, there's a voting system with the songs, but this is a song that you wouldn't vote on. There's like 3 pop songs you can vote on, and supposedly Taylor Swift always wins. I think it was Taylor Swift. No, but I'm standing there listening, and I can't remember at what point of the show it was, but I hear, when can we do this again?
It's getting in there a lot. Like, I've even heard it like dance parties over there.
Yeah, the Paint the Night song, which I'm assuming has been in My Side to Pie since the beginning? Or do you think that was a recent change?
It's probably recent.
Oh, okay.
Unless it was like the exact, it was like, when can we do this again or see you again? It could have been like it could have been the actual song from Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, that's from Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's not.
I didn't know that. I thought it was a Paint the Night song.
No, it is a complete ripoff of...
Is Wreck-It Ralph in Paint the Night?
No.
That's interesting.
The whole song is Owl City from the Wreck-It Ralph soundtrack.
I did not realize that.
Except they changed the lyrics to When Can We Do This Again? And the other song is When Can I See You?
I just learned a lot right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so that song is from Wreck-It Ralph, but is it like from Wreck-It Ralph, or is it a pop song?
It's a credit song.
Written for the credits.
Yeah.
Okay. By which artist? Like
Owl City.
Owl City. And, good to know. Wow. I love that song. It's in Paint the Night and in Hong Kong as well,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Awesome. I just learned so much. I hope you guys did too. So, in any case, I wanted to mention that. But let's get to our news of the week, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
The Disney Magic cruise ship had some exciting stuff happen with Tangled the musical. It has officially opened. And they did something cool on the Disney Parks blog where they live streamed a song from it. And we saw it. If you didn't see it, we'll try and post it on our Facebook page if you haven't seen it yet. But what did you think of it?
It's interesting. Like, I've seen 3 separate videos of 3 brand new songs from the show, and
3 brand new, written by Mencken.
Yeah.
So he returned.
So it opens up like in opening of Tangled, where Flynn is like narrating when she was born and what happened and the flower and whatnot. That is a whole song now. So Flynn comes down, sings kind of the whole opening, and then there's another one with Flynn again. When he's like running from the guards or something about him being a thief, I don't know. And then there's a song when Flynn and Rapunzel make it to the city, and they all like dance around and talking about the city people are like, oh, when's the princess coming? And it's all song.
Yeah, and the one that they live streamed is called When She Returns.
Yeah.
So it was a festival, very to me, it just looked like, honestly, if you took a screenshot and didn't show like the main characters, I would have been like, oh, it's Beauty and the Beast. Like, it looks very,
Really?
it looks like
Hey, yeah, it's
bonjour,
very,
you know?
yeah.
So, but it's about, when the princess returns and stuff. Here's a question, and I like Tangled a lot, but it's not like ingrained in my memory the way Little Mermaid is because I grew up with it. In this story, Maximus is chasing Flynn to arrest him or something.
Yeah.
Is that how it happens in the movie?
Yeah.
I thought that they were buddies.
No.
I have to see Tangled again. It's been a while.
Yeah, like the end of the movie, they're buddies.
Okay,
but the whole beginning, why he climbs up, he gets to find the tower, is because Maximus is chasing him.
Okay, yeah, I remember him being chased, but I thought it was like a friendly chase type of thing.
No.
I haven't seen Tangled in a while. I gotta watch it. I love the music in Tangled.
But not the movie.
No, I do like the movie. I've just seen it like maybe once or twice. Little Mermaid, I've seen probably like 50 times. So it's a bit of a difference.
Okay.
But yeah, so it was an interesting number. It was very Mencken. I can't say that it was like a super memorable melody, but it looks like a beautiful stage show. Like, obviously Disney Cruise Lines do fantastic stage shows, so up to par with everything I've seen. The poor actress who plays Rapunzel and like actually has to carry her hair around on the entire show. That's probably a workout. It's probably a heavy wig.
It's a neck stretching.
Yeah. Breaks her neck. So that's kind of cool. And then, of course, there's tons of movie news that came out. One that kind of excites me is Cruella, which is a live-action version or live-action film about Cruella de Vil, being written by Kelly Marcel, who wrote Saving Mr. Banks. And what do you think of this? No date for it, but I like Cruella. I think that could be interesting. I mean, once again, it's another animation to live action. The thing that's kind of interesting is the fact that we've already had a live action Cruella.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
With Glenn Close. I doubt Glenn Close will return to play Cruella. Who would you like to see?
Glenn Close.
Would you really?
I think she was a great Cruella.
I do too. I think like Bette Midler would be interesting, but
just give it to Meryl Streep.
Somebody said that on Twitter. Somebody was like, "Oh, who was it? Was it Aaron? Maybe it was Aaron who said." I've always thought that Bette Midler would make a good Cruella, even though he loved Glenn Close. So Liza Minnelli.
Oh, no.
Yes! Oh, that would be so good. Come on, admit it. That would be fantastic.
No.
You really don't think so?
No.
Oh, I do. I think that would be wonderful.
No.
Yay! Liza Minnelli is the next Cruella de Vil. You heard it here first on Disney Coast to Coast.
I will not be watching it.
Yes, you will. You would totally see that movie. So this week it seems like, or recently rather, it seems like Disney released a ton of like trailers and teaser trailers and stuff. Finding Dory, which we saw a bunch of.
Yeah.
That's what's so weird about like when you go to the expo, they show you a lot of stuff that isn't released and isn't going to be released for a long time.
Wow.
So then like they're like, and we have this teaser trailer, and it's like, oh, like very
I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen this plus a ton more.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess it's a good problem to have. But it is interesting. Finding Dory looks really good to me. I think Finding Nemo is great. It's one of my favorite Pixars. It's way up there. And, Finding Dory, what is she? She's looking for her family. And she starts having memories.
She starts remembering things, which is obviously not what she usually does.
Yeah, now I know Ellen DeGeneres pushed really hard for this movie. Like, she really wanted to make the sequel. And of course, the first one was super successful. And the rule with Pixar, which is a fantastic rule, is they're not going to make it unless they feel like it's equal or better than the original. I am questioning, though, how much of it was like, let's just do this because Ellen really wants to do it. And it's gonna make a buttload of money.
That too.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it's as good as the original. I think that it should be a musical, kind of like Finding Nemo the musical. I would be good with that.
No.
Yes.
Well, Pixar's never done a musical.
I know, but wouldn't it be great to In a Big Blue World? Just that song. It'd be so good. Ooh. You'd love it. You're all for it. Pat is all for that.
I mean, I guess the closest musical is Brave.
Ugh.
We all know how that turned out.
Ugh.
Amazing!
Ugh. How dare you mention that movie on this show?
You're welcome. We'll talk about it later, too.
Great. Let's keep bringing up Brave.
Oh, it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. Okay, so Finding Dory, I'm looking forward to it. June 17th, 2016. So
yeah,
not
the next
that
Pixar
far,
movie.
Not that far away. Great cast. Ed O'Neill, Ty Burrell. Who else is in it?
Ellen DeGeneres.
Well, obviously. And yeah, looks great. Looks beautiful.
Obviously, Nemo's not the same voice.
It's still me. I'm Nemo.
Oh.
Yep. It's like, hey, Dad, I'm going to go find Dory.
No.
It's about as good as your Goofy. Give us a little gorsh. Come on, gorsh.
Gosh.
Stop it. Quit that.
He smokes.
No, he does not. Goofy
It's a lollipop.
It's a lollipop, okay. Stop it. More movie trailers. Alice Through the Looking Glass. Speaking of movies I will not be seeing, I still have not seen the original. I have zero interest. I think how do you feel? I can't stand movies. I shouldn't say, this is a general rule, not an always rule. I can't stand a movie that's like almost entirely made in a computer, unless it's like an animated movie. I don't know why, but like even looking at the trailer, I'm like, this does nothing for me. It looks like it was made in a computer, no matter how good it is. Like, Good Dinosaur looks better than Through the Looking Glass, as far as like computer animation is, in my opinion. Like, don't you think Good Dinosaur looks phenomenally real? Yeah. It looks so real.
The rocks look great.
Everything looks great. Like the rain, the leaves, the branches. Everything looks real except for the characters. And I'm like, okay, so I understand like Alice in Wonderland is a fantasy world, but it's supposed to be a real fantasy world. And this just doesn't look like it can touch it the way it looks like it can touch.
I don't know if I think it's done purposely because it is the closest Tim Burton movie that's not Tim Burton.
Well, he's not directing. He's only producing this
exactly.
one. Yeah. And yeah, I'm sure that it's definitely trying to look like the original, which came out how long ago? It's been a while.
2010, 9, 10?
I think 10 might be right. And I think it made like over $1 billion, right?
Yeah,
like,
it did.
Crazy. So Alice Through the Looking Glass is coming out May 27th. One of the things I think is cool is Sacha Baron Cohen is playing, is it Father Time or something? Or Time. And I think he's what a interesting career he's had. Like, it's actually really impressive to go from where he started to where he is now. So I applaud him for that. I just won't be seeing it, most likely. I don't know. Should I see it? Should I see the original? Would I like it?
Try it. Ugh. Don't be afraid to try new things.
Yeah, I guess. But Pat's thought of the week. Yeah, I kind of said if I don't see this in theaters, I'll probably never see it because it's just so visual. But I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it on a 3D TV or something. And then maybe I'll fall in love with it. And then I'll just say, I'll fall in love with it. And then I'll think to myself, Pat said, don't be afraid to try new things.
I'm glad that will stick with you.
Stick with me forever. We'll make a t-shirt that says that. Quote, Don't be afraid to try new things, Patrick. And then we'll get sued because I'm sure somebody else said it first.
I doubt it.
Very original thought. More trailers, if I didn't say May 27th for Alice. Star Wars trailer.
Yeah.
They had a big premiere during a sporting event. It didn't get me to watch. It was like Monday Night Football, right?
It was on YouTube like minutes after.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I'm not going to sit through football to see a Star Wars trailer. It'll be exactly on the computer. What'd you think of it?
I watched it a lot.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Looks great.
I gotta say, like, I'm excited for it, but I'm not like getting chills watching it. The trailer that got me super excited was the one where they showed like the behind the scenes of like real sets and real puppets and stuff. Like that's the one that actually,
like honestly, the biggest thing that like gets me is just the score. Again.
Yes, John Williams is doing it, right? Okay, cool. Because I know, like, so many of his films now, he'll only do like the first couple. But I'm really happy he's sticking with Star Wars.
But it's gotten to the point where there's been so many like international trailers and TV spots coming out that I've actually stopped watching them. I've only seen the teaser and the trailer, and I've cut myself off from everything else.
Good job.
But I actually think the coolest thing to watch is there are 2 clips of the main new actors watching the trailer.
Oh, okay.
And to just watch their reactions is great. The girl starts crying. The guy like jumps over a couch and screams. It's great.
So has it been like officially announced that like is Mark Hamill's role super tiny in this movie? Because he's not in any of them.
No, it's the biggest mystery rumor surrounding Star Wars Episode 7 right now. A lot of people are saying he's not the villain, because we know the villain is Kylo Ren, but he's not...
Is he in the dark side?
There's a lot of rumors floating around on what his purpose is in the movie. Obviously, it's a huge secret at the moment.
Well, it definitely seems like they're making it seem like Han Solo is like the biggest returning character. We see a little glimpse of Princess Leia, and then like we've seen... I don't think any of them have had any Luke Skywalker.
No, we haven't seen Mark Hamill at all. Yeah. Posters, trailers, nothing. And he's the biggest secret part of this movie so far. And I remember when he was at Star Wars Weekends while they were filming Episode 7, he had to grow out a beard and he looked ragged. Yeah. So it's a mystery.
He's probably in the swamp, like just hanging out
He's
there.
Like the new Yoda.
Yeah, he's the new Yoda. I think it would be interesting though if he ended up being like a huge part of it, because my assumption is that he's a small part of it, and maybe that's what they're trying to make us think.
They're just keeping really under wraps.
I think that this is probably the last movie that the 3 of them will do, right? Let's
say right now, do you think he's good or bad?
Oh, God, I feel like I'm going to say good, maybe bad, and becomes good again. And here's the reason why I think that. I do not think those 3 original actors will be in any of the future films. I feel like this is a passing of the torch, like giving permission to continue making these films. So having said that, I think if Luke Skywalker ended on the dark side, if that's where his story ended, I think people would be miserably angry. So that's my answer.
Okay.
What do you think?
Good.
You think he's good?
We'll see.
He's in the swamp, chilling. One of the other things that got me excited in the trailer was just seeing the demolished Darth Vader mask. That excites me.
Well, we saw that in the teaser, but yeah.
Yeah, but I just love that visual. One of my favorite visuals of all time, and please don't, people are going to kill me, people are going to write in and rip me apart, but in Episode 3, that shot of the mask coming down on you know, that Hayden Christensen's point of view, and it locks, and it just, like, that gives me chills. I love that mask. I just love it. So, I'm excited to see that thing destroyed and fun and everything. But anywho, yeah. Anything else about the trailer before we move on?
I think the coolest thing was at the end. Of course, in the teaser we saw Kylo Ren's lightsaber, but in the trailer we see who he's actually fighting, which was I always pronounce his name wrong, but I think it's Ken Borginiera.
Is that
I'm
the
not even
actor's
gonna
name
try.
or the
Yes.
characters? Okay.
But the main actor character.
Yeah. Beyond the film, there's more Star Wars news, of course, because that's a huge part of the Disney universe now. Disney Dream. Was that your huge?
Yeah.
That's huge.
It's huge.
Nice. On the Disney Dream, they have the Disney Interactive Play Area, which, did you see the videos of this? It looks pretty darn cool.
It's very similar to what they've done in they have an Avengers one on another ship.
Yeah.
So, they
but
look
it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
So Star Wars
They
is
look
cooler
awesome.
than Marvel. It's definitely for kids, but I definitely think as an adult I would go play there.
Oh, definitely.
And if I had to adopt a kid for a day to get in, I would. Yeah. They have like an area that looks like the Millennium Falcon cockpit.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty good. It's like an arcade game or video game. It looks pretty darn cool. There's like an R2-D2 in there. They bring the stormtroopers in, and you can they teach the kids to use the Force and push them away.
Jedi Training Academy.
Yeah, I guess. Well, but it's such a funny moment every time. So it looks really cool. What else was in there? There's just a lot of video games, and of course there's like coloring and stuff too, which I thought was super funny. They showed these kids like coloring a picture at a table. In fact, I think the kid was drawing Darth Vader, which I thought was funny. And I'm just like, oh, there's like super high tech, and then we color too.
We color.
But it looks really nice.
Yeah.
And that has officially opened.
And then we talked about this months ago when it was announced, but I believe in January this year is when they start doing the Star Wars cruises where the full characters and whatnot.
That should be cool. Which ship? I forget which ship that is.
Me too, but I'm sure they'll be playing Episode 7 on a loop.
Yeah, right. It'll be that'll be huge. When does it go on sale? Has it gone on sale?
Oh, it came out months ago.
It's gotta be sold out already. It's crazy. More Star Wars stuff over at Disney's Hollywood Studios in Orlando.
Yes.
So beginning December 1st, it kind of sounds like this is coming through in phases. Unlike what's our thing called? Season of the Force, which kind of all happen at once, which we will be talking about on a future episode. So don't worry about that. But this sounds like it's going to open in a little bit of phases. It sounded like starting December 1st.
Kinda.
Star Wars Launch Bay, which is going to be, that's where the old animation building was, right?
Uh-huh.
It's going to be like special exhibits and some behind the scenes stuff. And I believe that's where the character meet and greets are.
Yeah, very similar to what we have at Disneyland, which took over in Avengers.
Mm-hmm. Let's hear your Chewbacca. That was awesome.
I have to get I gotta get spit in my throat. That's like a Spanish Chewbacca. Why you gotta roll the R?
Because that's how he sounds. That's no, that sounded like a dying dinosaur. We just went to Jurassic World, folks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anyway.
I loved it. No, that was fantastic. Not anyway. So yeah, Star Wars. For those of you listening in the car, we apologize because we just caused an accident. Oh, goodness gracious. Star Tours, of course, is getting the upgrade. They have said officially that for the first few months, you will see the new scene if you ride the ride, which is great. Because can you imagine if it was still on the rotating films? That would
I need to go again.
There would be so many angry people. But apparently, it's not just like a new land from the movie. Like there's a lot of new little things throughout some of the old scenes and stuff, and so there's a lot more.
I know there's a new when mid-scene character. It's BB-8. Spoiler
oh,
alert.
really cool. That's cool.
But I don't know what he says to you because
does he whistle? Question. Going back to the trailer. Let's rewind for a second. So that shot of the girl walking on the sand and
with BB-8.
With BB-8, is that practical?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. All
BB-8 is practical?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm impressed. I want that BB-8. Forget these little things. I want that BB-8.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's an impressive little character. Anyway, back to Walt Disney World. Jedi Training Trials of the Temple is the new title. So it's just an updated Jedi Training Academy, which I think is cool. I mean, Jedi Training Academy, I feel like it's been around for a very long time at this point. So there is, of course, Darth Vader will be there, and Seventh Sister from the Disney XD Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah, it's a new villain.
I have no idea who that. Did they have Darth Maul in Orlando as well?
No.
So it was just
Darth Vader.
Oh, okay. So now there'll be two in Orlando. I'm assuming we're getting the same thing here.
Darth Vader. They might switch out Darth Maul with the new one, but
yeah, that's.
I think ours won't open until theirs does as well. So
Oh, it's not part of
No, it's not open yet. It will be opening in early December as well.
Oh, okay.
Everything else is open that was announced for Seasons of the Force at Disneyland besides Jedi Training Academy. There are still walls up around that little theater.
Are they going to make it Adult Jedi Training Academy? No.
I don't think so.
No. There's so many injuries. Also, Path of the Jedi, which is showing clips of the films. Do we know where they're doing this in Orlando? I know here it's in Tomorrowland Theater.
Yeah, it's in the Magic Eye.
No, Magic Eye's Epcot.
Oh.
Oh, you mean here?
Yeah.
It's called the Tomorrowland Theater. They officially changed the name.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Is it where One Man's Dream was, or the Drew Carey thing, or I'm not sure.
Any of those.
But they're getting Path of the Jedi films. Now, here's something interesting, and I don't know if you know this. I read in a press release because of this. First of all, it sounds like this is permanent.
Yeah.
Which I did not realize. I thought it was going to be like Season of the Force, where it was a temporary thing. And because of it, there's no Star Wars weekends.
Nope. The Star Wars weekends, it's not because of this event, but it sounds like they're motoring pretty. This is like we're not doing Star Wars weekends, we'll give you this, but they're saying no Star Wars weekends due to the Star Wars expansion.
Yeah.
So it seems like they're trying to motor on the Star Wars expansion over there as well, because most of Star Wars weekends did happen in that backlot area.
Oh, did it? Okay.
So, pros and cons.
It's interesting. I didn't realize that this was so permanent over there. I really thought it was like Season of the Force. So we got it earlier, but they get it like forever type of deal. Although I doubt our Jedi Training Academy will go back. That's going to stay. No. Like a lot of stuff will stay. I guess Hyperspace Mountain is temporary and maybe the meet and greets.
No, I have a feeling like we'll have the, it might change around, but I have a feeling Interventions
will stay.
Gonna stay, the launch bay.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. So lots of stuff coming to the Hollywood studios, of course, with Star Wars. Tons of construction going on, of course. So all that to look forward to.
Yay.
We won't get to see it. Actually, we will because it's there permanently. Eventually, we'll get to see it.
We'll see. It's probably the exact same thing out here. So
yeah, it's I'm actually interested in seeing the film montage thing. I'm curious to see like how if they tell the story really well. Like I'll be impressed if a non-Star Wars fan, or not a non-fan, but somebody who just hasn't seen the films, can go in and kind of get an idea of what it's all about. I'll be impressed if they do a nice job with that. So another little update coming from Walt Disney World, although I gotta tell you, this seems like, oh my god, it seems like they're trying so hard these days, is some stuff coming from Pandora.
Woo!
The land of Avatar.
Yes!
That's sarcasm, yes?
No, so excited.
Okay, then you tell the folks the new news.
I don't know.
It's so they gave a bit more information about the
boat.
Yeah, the little boat ride. So guests sit in canoes among the bioluminescence, and they encounter a Na'vi shaman, which sends positive energy through music.
Yes.
I honestly feel like they have no new information to give us, and they give us like this much, just so we don't forget that they're building it.
Also, just released today was
the photo
of the first visible floating mountain.
Yeah.
But actually it looks great.
Yeah. It better be amazing. Like, I don't know. I'm actually like concerned for them. I really feel like if at this point they were like, we'll give you your money, all this money back if we just get rid of it. I bet you they'd be like, okay. Because I don't know. It's just not.
Once it opens, it'll be fine.
We'll see.
It's literally, they announced this back in 2012. They just started construction on it like 2015. No, it was like 2011 when they announced it.
Yeah. It's been a long time.
They started the construction. So
it was at an expo.
It's going to be a good like 6 years span. Yeah. Obviously, you can't keep people excited for 6 years.
I think they're trying to get Star Wars out like a lot faster than that.
Yeah.
But I will say this about the whole Pandora thing. Watch me like absolutely fall in love with it. That would crack me up. But I will say this. It looks a lot better than a new Jimmy Fallon ride.
I don't know about that.
Oh, I know about that. That's all I will say. Universal. Anywho.
Throwing shade.
Somebody's a little angry about Twister going away. That's all. That's all.
Like, calm it down. We still got King Kong and a new Hulk coming.
King Kong, I'm excited.
Anyway.
Anywho, completely different thing. So yeah, there's that little announcement here in LA. This is a big deal. I've actually never gone. I guess if you did, it would have been last year. Was the Rose Parade on New Year's Day?
Nope.
I've never done this. Is this a known thing around the country? I think it is because it's televised.
Yeah.
Okay. So Disney has a float there, and it's a big advertisement for Disneyland's 60th anniversary, which I think is funny considering 2016 is the 61st anniversary.
Yes.
But, of course, they're advertising the parks, and they have the whole Sleeping Beauty Castle. It's kind of like one long float with 3 different sections. So it goes Sleeping Beauty Castle, then Frozen.
No, Frozen's at the front.
Oh, is it really?
Frozen's at the front.
That's offensive.
Mickey and the castle's in the middle, and Star Wars is in the back.
Okay. What a weird mix of stuff. I mean, not so much Frozen and Sleeping Beauty. That makes sense. But it's just so weird to have, like, Star Wars in the same float. That's weird.
It's Disney now.
I know. It's just weird, though. Like, I don't like the mixing of things. I never liked it, like... I got the little Mickey back here dressed as a Jedi. That's about as far as I'll go. Using the Fab Five. I can't stand it when they started mixing the Muppets with Star Wars characters.
Ooh.
You ever seen those figures?
Yeah.
That's so weird to me. Not a fan. And now they're doing it with floats.
But did you like the Fab Five and their Star Wars outfits?
They're cute.
Yeah. Goofy doesn't wear pants.
That's what you like about it?
Yes.
Pluto never wears pants.
Well, he wears he's in his underwear. He's Goofy.
Yeah, that's weird. Why? Yeah, what? Is that ever explained?
He's just Goofy.
Because he's just a goofball?
He has half of Darth Vader on, and he's like, oh, I forgot my pants.
That was an awesome Goofy. Yay. It's like we have Bill Farmer here with us.
You're welcome.
I love it. Crazy. So we have that to look forward to. I will not go because I will not be in LA at the time. Do you have any intention of going?
I might. I don't know.
I hear it's craziness. I've never had any grand desire to go. It's one of those things if somebody was like, hey, I got front row access and you don't have to show up a billion hours early, then I'd be like, sure, let's do it. It all
depends. Or I might go to Disney because it might be the last New Year's I can do Disney because I'm not doing Plus. Anyway.
Oh, that's right, because they'll block us out. That's right. Cool. Anywho, one last little bit of news. The Muppets, which we were talking about, I think it was last week's episode, right? With John Turturro?
Yes.
We're talking about it. And they got a new showrunner, which is a little bit weird because they're in the middle of their first season. From what I understand, they've shot 10 of their 16 episodes, and there's going to be a hiatus, and they're going to come back in the spring, and they're calling it kind of like a mid-season reboot. And I think that John put it perfectly when he said the thing that is missing is the characters are kind of mean to each other. Mm-hmm. And I hadn't thought about that until John said it, and I was like, you know what, that's kind of nail on the head. So they're doing some reworking. I'm happy about that. It's interesting situation to, get rid of a showrunner and bring a new one in the middle of a season, but I'm wishing them the best of luck. Yay. I'm excited.
And then one more bit of news.
Let's hear it.
The most exciting thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Hong Kong opened their Mickey and the Wondrous Book, aka Second Map.
I haven't seen.
And who's a big part of it? But Merida! Yay! I was so excited.
Yay.
The new Princess Melody is Ariel, Rapunzel, and Merida.
Wait a sec, what does she sing?
She sings, Chase the Wind and Touch the
I was actually going to talk about this on a future episode, and we will, because I haven't seen the video yet.
So good.
I knew, of course, you had. The little bit I've seen, I've literally seen 20 seconds of it. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, there's
production value. Is it indoors?
It's indoors. Okay. So
production value is beautiful.
There's definitely some pros and cons to it. Obviously, I don't know I can guess what's happening, but as if usually any Hong Kong show, the dialogue is in Chinese, but the singing is in English.
Interesting.
So I don't know what they're saying, but the Mickey and Goofy Asian voice actors.
As good as your Goofy?
So good. I'm just oh, that does not look right or sound right or anything. Funny. But yeah, it's definitely different. There's some things I really like about it and some things I like about ours.
Is the theme song the same?
No, it's a different theme song. Instead of Imagination, it's Happily Ever After.
Happily ever
it's
after.
Find your happily ever after.
Okay. I promise I will check it out.
Yeah, they uses a lot. Oh, I guess Map uses a lot of projection too, but more so.
It's actually not projection; it's LED.
Yeah, but more so, they filmed like live action characters.
Ooh!
But it looks. I don't know. It looks weird.
I promise. When did that news come out?
I guess it's like Mickey. You know how Mickey's like.
Oh yes.
They filmed like almost like that, but it's like with a lot of characters.
With the thing that always glitches. The moment where Mickey
stop.
He always glitches.
He just falls a little bit.
No, he glitches, and they've never fixed it. But in any case, I promise we will talk even more about that. I'm so thrilled to hear Merida's part of it. Is she big over there?
I don't know.
Big enough, I guess. And then Stitch has a big solo. No, I don't know.
No Stitch.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Interesting choice.
Tiana has a huge number.
I love Tiana. She has a great number here too, though.
But like even better over there.
Nice. Glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Love Tiana. Tiana. That's my Oprah calling her daughter's name.
Oh.
Yeah, because Oprah's her mom in the movie.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Anywho, I think that means it's trivia time. Okay, Pat, why don't you hit me first with a trivia question?
Okay, you might not know this because you haven't seen the video yet.
Oh, is this about the map?
It's the book.
Okay.
Mickey and the Wonders book.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mickey and the Wonders book.
You have maps and books
here.
Yes,
I gotcha.
You might know this because I think we've talked about what it's about before. Mm-hmm. But do you know... There's a character, the whole main plot of the story is a character falls out of the book and they're trying to get him or her back into the book.
Okay.
Do you know who falls out of the book?
I would initially say Stitch, but you say he's not part of it. Who is a clumsy character? Is it Donald?
Nope.
Is it like a really main character? Is it like from a specific movie?
It's from a specific movie.
Let me think for a second.
And it's not a
full
principal? Fuzzy. It's a puppet.
Who? Oh, who would fall out of the book that would be a puppet? It's not like a Boo or something from Who?
It's Olaf.
Oh, great.
Olaf falls out of the book, and Mickey and Goofy gotta get him back.
I know how we can end the show real quickly. Take out a hairdryer and just melt Olaf.
But I don't know if it's like half puppet, half like remote control. Because there's one part where he like walks to the center of the stage with his head off, and he's like yay big. So I don't know.
He's tiny?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like this big in the show.
It's a little person.
It's like to scale movie size.
Interesting.
No, it's like not even a little bit. It's like this big.
Then how? So when you say it's a puppet, like you see humans performing?
No,
it?
That's what I'm saying. It could be like there's one part where it's like buy a book and it could be a puppet, but then the one time where he walks to the center of stage, I don't know. It could be like a little animatronic because he like walks like this.
Interesting. That is interesting. Well, I look forward to seeing it. I truly do. I truly do. My question is going back to the Hollywood studios a bit, and I heard a story recently.
Oh, MGM.
Yes. Yeah. I heard a story recently on another podcast. I believe it was Nerdist podcast that shocked me. And I'm curious if you know anything about this. I actually did the research just to confirm it. Do you know what celebrity was initially associated with the Tower of Terror and like developmentally what direction they were going? Because it's very different from where it is now. Very, very, very interesting.
What celebrity?
Yeah, there was a celebrity, a filmmaker attached to the Tower of Terror, and he was developing story and such, and they ended up going in a very different direction.
Steven Spielberg.
It was not Spielberg.
Martin Scorsese.
Nope. Think comedy.
But I don't know, like, comedy. Judd Apatow.
Nope, it was Mel Brooks.
Oh.
For a long time, it was originally going to be Castle Young Frankenstein. And the whole drop aspect was always part of the story, apparently. But it was going to be Castle Young Frankenstein. And then the whole hotel idea came in. And it was going to be called Mel Brooks's Hollywood Horror Hotel. And then the idea of they ended up kind of disagreeing on things, went in different directions. The idea of the Twilight Zone was brought in, and it became what it is today. but I thought this was fascinating. The story that they told on, I think it was the Nerdist podcast, was that Twilight Zone was actually Mel Brooks' idea, and that it was associated with his film Initially High Anxiety, which is based on Hitchcock's film. Oh goodness, which one is it? Vertigo, I believe. And so yeah, it was just it was interesting. Mel Brooks was a part of the process for the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. Isn't that interesting? How different it could have been. And it was going to be comedic. Of course, have the scary tones like Young Frankenstein did, but of course that's a very funny movie as well. And then they went in this completely different direction. I loved it. I thought that was fascinating. I never heard that before, ever. So, crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Crazy. Anywho, I think that's going to do it for the trivia this week. We will see you next time, guys. Have a fantastic week. As always, you can connect with us at places like
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Tumblr, Pinterest. No, that's not one.
No
of them.
Pinterest.
SoundCloud, iTunes.
Yeah, all that stuff. You can find it all at DisneyCoastToCoast.com. We hope you find us there. And, of course, interact with us all week long. Until the next episode, have a fabulous week. Bye!
Thanks for listening to Disney Coast to Coast. Have a magical day.
Hey folks, and welcome to Disney Coast to Coast, the ultimate unofficial Disney fan podcast. I'm Jeff DePaoli.
I'm Patrick Dougal.
I'm John Tartaglia.
Oh my god, we got John Tartaglia in the house! Johnny in the house! Johnny and the Sprites,
Yes.
of course.